Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome back to the channel. Happy eclipse season. I know it's a big one, and the themes of this season seem to be surrendering to the process and what does it really mean to go through something. We're all going through something right now, but what does that really mean? So, surrendering to the process. The beauty of learning this is how much quickening it creates in your manifestation process, how much quicker you can move through situations. You know, we mold time when we are different with a circumstance than we were yesterday. We mold time, we release energy, we allow things to move when we can surrender to the process. And the hard thing about surrendering to the process of change is that we think the universe works one way when really it works the other. For example, you could call in greater health and then go through a health crisis. And if during the health crises you are worried, scared, wondering if what you've been manifesting will ever manifest, doubting yourself, now thinking, well, I called in health, why are bad things coming? If you're getting worried, if through that process of what you're going through, you are in resistance, you're in fear, and you're in contraction, it's going to take longer to get you to what you want. So here's the ask, here's the road to it, and here's what you want. The ask is greater health. The road to it is whatever that road needs to be. Whatever that road needs to be. And then the manifestation is the manifestation. But this road is really important. And this road is also the thing called life. And life is, I'm going to be generous with the smaller percentage here, but life is 10% what happens to you. That's generous. And 90% how you be with it and how you choose to respond and what you choose to do with it. So it's 10% what happens to you, 90% how you choose to respond. And that's something I learned really early on in my journey, and it has gotten me through so much. So your trusting of the process is that road area there where you have such a knowing. You have decided what you believe to be true, and you're willing to explore it long enough to see if it proves itself true to you. So you've decided, let's just play with this, that if you choose something and then trust and go into surrender, you will manifest it. It will come to you. So if you've decided that and you choose something and then life shows you upheaval, then you have to ride that wave and say, whoa, this is crazy. This is happening on my behalf. And it doesn't mean being perfect all the time. It doesn't mean being in trauma and going, this is all for my highest good, I'm fine. But it does mean being able to circle back around to that really quickly and go, whoa, I wonder what this is unfolding for me, and continuing to know. This feels like my guides are saying this is one of the most important thing people need to hook into, is to know that your manifestation is happening, to know you are continuing forward on your path. And if you think about it, if you're standing in the front and the outer edge of a forest and you see this gorgeous shimmering crystal castle just up a mountain, you just have to go through the forest. The forest is what you have to go through, right? So when you say you're going through something, I want you to remember you're going through something, not that you're sitting here stuck going through something. If you're just in stasis, you're not going through anything. It's total bullshit if you think, sitting there frozen in fear, if you think maintaining the same habits and doing the same things and putting your time into the same things and thinking the same thoughts is you going through something. It's not. It's you being in the stasis. Being in the stasis is so much different than going through something. And I think the big difference is surrender. If you're surrendered, you can actually move. But if you're not surrendered, if you're in fear and you're like, why won't this happen? Why don't I have that? Why didn't that shift? Why didn't I get out of this situation? If you're in that fear and you keep trying to overcomplicate it, at that point you're not going through anything. You're stuck in the quicksand that you found in the forest somewhere, and you're just sitting in it in fear instead of moving and flowing in trust and being willing to step over that branch and walk past that bear and keep it moving. And flow is another big theme of this season, surrendering to flow, surrendering to what is happening, and having this sort of innate trust that these things had to happen for you to call in what you wanted. And it's no surprise, right? Especially when you've been dreaming really big. It's no surprise when some serious dismantling has to happen. Some things you just thought, well, I never wanted that to happen. I can't believe that happened. That feels like giant steps backwards. How did that happen? Why did that happen? What did I do wrong? Did I not get my vibe right and align right? No, it's nothing to do with that. It's life is going to happen, and you're going to go through things. You're going to go through the branches and the stickers and the mud and the muck if you want to get to that next level, because a lot of things have to shed for us to go to that next level too. And if we're really dreaming big, which I feel like a lot of people have been lately, the bigger you dream, the more you have to shift. And so I always say, if things are going completely bonkers for you right now, and you're really at your wits' end, and you're like, SOS, I need like a helpline, I need a life vest, chill out on your manifesting and kind of bring it down to the simple things. For example, if you were demanding from the universe, you want to manifest $1 million, and you're just really going through huge upheaval right now, chill out on that. Know the universe has got you, and soften your manifestation to peaceful wealth. Soften it a little bit and know that you're going to get to that big $1 million manifestation, but you don't need to be so hooked on it and so demanding of it, because then the universe is going to keep rapid fire shifting things for you. And if that shift is feeling like a crazy earthquake and you're about to fall over, then you might want to chill out. But otherwise, if you can just relax and decide to not just say you're going to trust the process, but actually trust the process. Actually choose to believe in what you're claiming to believe in, which is ask and it is given. Ask and it is given. But shifts have to happen for you to be able to receive what you really desire and to go through these big and beautiful up levels in your life. And if you find yourself in constant turmoil, like, oh my God, everything's always shifting, it's always a big thing, it's always about that, you might want to look at your level of surrender, because the more you surrender, the easier it is. And one of my favorite teachers of all time, he said, did you ever realize how difficult the lives are of people who take things seriously? So keep that in mind too. If you are taking life too seriously, then maybe laugh a little. Maybe do something to lighten your load a little bit and find the humor somewhere in life. Take things lighter. Even your manifestations, take them lighter. Yeah, you want it, but it's not the full reason you're here. You're here to be a human being. You're here to be an experience and drop into bliss. You know, I can go into meditations and drop into greater levels of bliss than I have maybe ever experienced in manifesting things that I wanted, you know? So take it easy. If you take life too seriously, you're gonna have a hard time. And, you know, when hard times come and we take them very seriously all the time, we're letting the external dictate our inner being. If hard times can come, and you know, you have to handle them, you have to do what you have to do, but then you lighten up about it, you're no longer letting the matter around you and the situations around you lead you through life. You're bringing in the light and the lightness. And isn't that light work? To take things lighter, to not take what you want or who you need to become or how things need to go so seriously, and to trust the process, which means trusting the mystery, the great mystery of life and its unfolding. And that's the thing, that's the beauty of life, isn't it? Is to watch the unfolding and see the mystery and play in that experience, because life is the journey. It is the wild ride between destinations. That's life right there. Those flickering moments where you get what you thought you wanted are not life. They're a smidgen, they're a speck of life. Life is happening now, and the more you show up for it in the way that you want, irregardless of situations, the better your life is gonna be. And sometimes we are used to drama, trauma, seriousness, feeling like a victim in our lives, and we just unknowingly stick with those narratives and keep letting life push us back into that space. But it's our job to break the cycle by taking things lighter, by responding in the ways that we want, and by showing up like we actually believe in this whole cosmic universal thing, by surrendering to the process and saying, okay, I'm holding true to my desire. I'm holding true to what I choose, and I'm going to trust that I'm being taken care of and everything is falling apart and coming together in the exact way. And I am strong, resilient, capable, and open. And the universe will just start bringing in pieces of the puzzle to you. But if you're not surrendered, you won't see them, because you'll be so stuck to your own agenda and how things have to go. Like, if maybe you're going through a health thing and opportunity with a doctor comes up and you're like, no, I swear off doctors. I only do, you know, I eat vegetables and medicine is my food. But that doctor came in to be a massive part in your healing. These things that we thought we were totally against and we totally reject might resurface to support us and get us to the next step in our journey. That's the surrender. When you see things flying in and saying, hey, I've got something for you. Hey, I want to support you. Hey, here's an opportunity. And you can surrender to it and play with it and explore it from new eyes without the old judgments. Well, you're going to have a lot of magic coming into your life. I think a lot of us are going to be stepping into our lives in bigger, more surrendered, more beautiful ways. Ways that are unexpected and are going to require our surrender for us to unite with them. But everything that's happening is not by mistake. I want you to know that. It's not a mistake. You didn't make a mistake in what you were calling in. You didn't mess it up. You didn't do it wrong. And the universe didn't, lie to you, and the universe isn't punishing you, and the universe isn't hurting you. It's all vibrational. This isn't a mother-father relationship with the universe. This isn't a student-teacher. This isn't anything like that. The universe is responding to you energetically. It's not punishing you. It's not rewarding you. It's responding to you energetically and the call that you're putting out there. And it's clearing everything out of the way that doesn't belong and lining everything else up in mysterious and beautiful ways. So relax, have some fun, laugh a little. Don't take yourself so seriously. Don't take life so seriously. And know that if you're going through something, it means you're moving and you're making movement. So keep going through it and knowing that there is something really beautiful ahead of you, and there's something really beautiful within you that can come out and dance with you and guide you through what you're going through in a way that feels curious. I would say if you could trade your fear in for anything, trade it in for curiosity.